What a game. The Indiana Fever snap the New York Liberty's undefeated streak.
The word undeniable exists for a reason, and it applies to Caitlin Clark. She is just absolutely undeniable, and her return to the Indiana Fever showed it once again. It felt like a jolt of energy to the WNBA, obviously to the Indiana Fever.
Tonight, the WNBA drops a bombshell, and it's not what you think. Caitlin Clark, fresh off a 32-point explosion that stunned the league, gets drug tested 11 times this season. 11. Are they suspecting steroids? Jealousy? Or is this just a catastrophic misstep?
I'm gonna say it. Caitlin Clark is the best basketball player in the world. She's the best basketball player that I have ever seen. She is the difference maker. She is the needle mover. She is the face of basketball right now. It's really hard not to recognize the difference that she makes on the Indiana Fever, a team that was obviously struggling with playmaking, struggling with pacing, struggling with the things that make us want to watch. And she steps into that court, and in the first quarter, she made...
Here's the story. Fever versus Liberty. Caitlin returns after injury, drops 32. Undefeated Liberty. Snapped. Industry buzz spikes. Filings say WNBA then orders mandatory drug test. Clark's 11th of the season.
And Cunningham is down behind the play, but they've got Caitlin Clark to fire away from two players with incredible...
Why test her now? Was it performance-related or just protocol? Let's break it down. Social media went nuclear.
Keep it down! Go! Good job. No, that's wicked.
Good job. Squad needed it. Played Fever way. I love it. More of them.
Now add emotion. Imagine leaving your locker room. Bright lights, clinical strangers, and the whisper of suspicion wrapped in sterile plastic.
On your great progress, on your great performance.
Thanks.
Just want to let you know you have a huge fan base in Hong Kong.
Oh, I appreciate that.
And
hopefully I'll get there one day.
And today, there are 5 Hong Kong fans fly from Hong Kong to
No way.
And,
oh my gosh.
And the hour is 22 hours.
No way.
So
my goodness. Well, I wish I could have met them.
Just want to say this, including me.
If you know them, tell them thank you for coming. That's incredible.
Yeah, so any plans you will visit Hong Kong with your teams in the future years?
Yeah, maybe we'll head to Hong Kong after the season. I mean, I certainly hope to go to Hong Kong one day. It's incredible to see the type of reach that we can have and how much people love basketball across the globe. So that's really cool. So if you know them, tell them I say hello and thanks for coming as well.
Yeah, thank you. Hope one day to show you around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sponsors are watching. Brands thrive on positive narratives. But if your eye of the needle moment turns into testing humiliation, WNBA executives say, protocol unchanged. Here's what insiders hint. Clark's popularity may have triggered caution. This isn't just sports, it's culture, identity, and trust on the line. Will the league admit a mistake or double down? Here, in the WNBA's brightest spotlight, a drug test reveals more about who we are than what we do. Did the league act fair or foolish? Let us know. Like, subscribe, hit that bell. We've got every angle covered, and this story is just warming up. When the WNBA ordered a post-game drug test for Caitlin Clark, just minutes after her jaw-dropping performance against the Liberty, fans erupted. Not in celebration, but in outrage. Was it coincidence? Or punishment for being too good? The backlash was swift. And now, the WNBA is scrambling for damage control. It was supposed to be a comeback story, Caitlin Clark's return after a quad strain. But after posting 27 points, 8 assists, and a highlight reel that left even Liberty fans applauding, the narrative shifted. A league official quietly pulled her aside and demanded a random drug test. According to multiple sources, Clark has now been tested 11 times this season. The average? Just 3. Statistically, this isn't random. It's a pattern. And fans aren't buying the league's explanation. Within hours, #LetHerHoop and #WNBA bias trended across platforms. The memes? Relentless. The criticism? Brutal. And the PR damage? Nearly irreversible. And the face of this mess? WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. Fans and analysts alike are demanding answers. Where is the leadership? Where is the accountability? This isn't just bad optics. It's a league sending a chilling message. If you're too good, we investigate you. We don't protect you. While other players taunted, elbowed, and even tackled Clark, the league stayed silent. But when she dominates, they call in the lab techs. Clark recently revealed fans are flying in from Hong Kong just to watch her play. This is global. Yet headlines the next day weren't about her comeback. They were about drug tests. The WNBA Players Association is reportedly furious. Sources close to Clark's team suggest even her coaches were blindsided by the timing. The WNBA has spent years begging for attention, revenue, and stars. They finally got one in Caitlin Clark. But now, they're risking it all by alienating the very force that's saving them. So, what now? Will the league apologize? Will Commissioner Kathy step forward? Or will the WNBA continue down this dangerous path of self-destruction? What's your take? Should the WNBA apologize? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if you support Caitlin Clark, and subscribe for more investigative sports drama that the mainstream media won't cover. In what can only be described as one of the most tone-deaf decisions in modern professional sports history, the WNBA has sent shockwaves across the sports world by subjecting its most bankable, celebrated, and internationally revered player, Caitlin Clark, to yet another drug test following her commanding performance against the New York Liberty. A move that has not only enraged fans, but exposed the glaring incompetence, insecurity, and absolute lack of strategic foresight within the leagues. Leadership, particularly under Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. This isn't just a misstep. It's a catastrophic public relations failure that has left fans, analysts, players, and sponsors alike questioning what exactly the WNBA's priorities are. Because when the league's own golden goose is being treated like a criminal for excelling at the very thing she was drafted to do, it no longer looks like a professional sports league. It looks like an insecure, reactive organization sabotaging its own future out of fear, pettiness, or worse, deep-rooted biases that have no place in the world of elite athletics. Caitlin Clark, the phenom from Iowa, has done more for the WNBA's visibility, marketability, and credibility in the past 12 months than most of the league's infrastructure has accomplished in the past 12 years. She's filled arenas, shattered television ratings, reignited merchandise sales, and made millions of casual fans care about women's basketball. Her global pull is undeniable. Fans are flying in from Hong Kong, London, and Brazil to watch her in person. Children are mimicking her step-back three-pointers on blacktops across America, and Nike, Wilson, and ESPN have all poured millions into partnerships built around her image. And yet, after a miraculous comeback game where she silenced critics with flawless execution, unbreakable composure, and a jaw-dropping stat line, the WNBA's response wasn't to celebrate her excellence. It was to call it into question, launching an unnecessary and suspiciously timed drug test that many believe is less about health protocols and more about insecurity, jealousy, and narrative control. What league in their right mind tests their best player 11 times in one season, when the standard is just 3? That's not randomness. That's harassment disguised as policy, and fans aren't buying it. Social media exploded in outrage, with memes, mockery, and public criticism flooding platforms within hours. Comments like, "They're testing her for having too much basketball talent," and "maybe they should test the rest of the league to find out why they can't guard her," went viral, generating more engagement than the league's official game highlights. That's not just backlash. It's a full-on cultural moment that reveals just how disconnected the WNBA's decision-makers are from their fan base and the basic principles of brand management. The WNBA should have wrapped Clark in platinum armor, handed her the keys to the marketing department, and said, "Lead us forward." Instead, they're treating her success like a scandal, punishing brilliance with suspicion, and undermining the very thing that could elevate the league into mainstream relevance. And let's not ignore the historical and gendered undertones here, because drug testing a dominant female athlete immediately after a high-performance game feeds into decades-old stereotypes about women's physical capabilities, as if excellence from a woman must be artificially enhanced. It's a slap in the face to Caitlin Clark's rigorous training, tireless dedication, and elite basketball IQ. Not to mention an insult to the medical team that guided her injury recovery. The league's defenders claim it's standard protocol, but there's nothing standard about targeted frequency, post-performance timing, and repetitive selection of the same individual. Statistically, Clark being tested this often is about as likely as winning the lottery 3 times in a row. It's not science, it's strategy. A dangerous one. And let's be honest, this didn't happen in a vacuum. Clark's ascent hasn't been smooth. She's faced resentment, on-court physical targeting, passive-aggressive interviews, and what many call mean girl gatekeeping from some veteran players. From Chindi Carter's flagrant foul to Angel Reese's taunts to cryptic social media posts from league insiders, the message has been clear. Her presence threatens the old guard. But instead of mediating, unifying, or protecting their investment, the league has chosen to appease the mob, bending to locker room politics at the expense of their brightest star. The commissioner's silence is deafening. Kathy Engelbert has yet to issue a compelling explanation or even an empathetic acknowledgement of the backlash. That's not leadership, that's avoidance. And when the face of your league is trending on Twitter not for her incredible talent, but for being drug-tested like a felon, the entire structure of your organization needs to be reevaluated. This isn't just about Caitlin Clark, it's about what she represents. Excellence, disruption, marketability. She is the bridge between obscurity and mass appeal. The Steph Curry of women's hoops, capable of transforming every gym she steps into a sold-out spectacle. And yet the WNBA has chosen to shackle her legacy with whispers of suspicion and bureaucracy. Imagine if the NBA had done this to LeBron James after his first triple-double, or if Serena Williams was tested 11 times in a single Grand Slam season. Oh wait, she was, and the backlash was historic. The WNBA risks becoming a cautionary tale in how not to handle generational talent. And while Clark remains professional, diplomatic, and focused, one can only wonder, how long until this constant undermining erodes her trust? What message does this send to rising stars, college standouts, and global recruits who dream of going pro? That if you're too good, you'll be punished? That if you generate too much buzz, the league will rein you in instead of lift you up? That's not a growth strategy. It's institutional sabotage. And fans aren't having it. Reddit threads have thousands of comments mocking the league's logic. Analysts are calling out the testing as anti-growth behavior. Even former players are cautiously questioning the motivations behind it. ESPN segments are now less about game breakdowns and more about league mismanagement. When the drama overshadows the sport, you have officially lost control of your narrative. Caitlin Clark should be the symbol of the WNBA's golden era, but instead, she's become the martyr of their insecurity. And if the league doesn't course correct, publicly, transparently, and immediately, they may lose the very person keeping their product relevant. Because the irony is brutal. While the WNBA tests Caitlin Clark for substances she's never taken, the only performance enhancer the league has ever truly benefited from is her.